Welcome back to Where Lions Walk. We played all right, says James, but Harry's continuing to play Honeyman in that role is sackable and it's costing us points. Lucky for us, we've got Callum back with us to review just what is going on with Honeyman. Welcome to Where the Lions Walk.
No one likes us! No one likes us! No one likes us! We don't care! We are Millwall! So the Millwall! We are Millwall! From the den!
Right, I am making it official. Millwall are my dark horses for promotion this season. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Millwall. If you could just stop leaking stupid goals, that would be great. Welcome back, Callum. Welcome back to all of you. Thank you for watching. This is the only Millwall podcast which is 20 minutes long on the internet. We know there's lots of other great things you can listen to over an hour, but this is the quickest and rapidest review, and we're going to get straight into it. Right, Callum, let's talk Honeyman, shall we? Does he need moving? Does he need benching? What would you do with him?
Do you know what? I think I like him in the 10. He's done very well so far this season. Obviously, there's been a bit of, on social media, there's been a bit of a debate whether he should be starting in the 10 role or whether he should be maybe moved back into like one of the defensive roles alongside either Dinor or Sabal. But yeah, I think loads of fans calling on for Eze to start in the 10 and then to maybe bring like Azeez on the right or a Maku. I don't know. I think I like him at the moment. Obviously, he missed a big chance against obviously QPR on Saturday. He should really be burying that chance. He didn't really put enough power into it. It's one of them where Eze literally flew the ball across the ball, and I don't know what, he's just gone for it, and he's not put enough power into his shot, and it's just gone literally fired past his foot. But no, I honestly think he's doing all right at the moment. But I wouldn't mind to see Eze in a 10 and then Azeez out wide. But I think at the moment, because how well we've been playing, I would keep it the same.
So no changes for Preston then from the 11 that started.
No, I think he'll keep it the same, Mark. I think he'll keep Honeyman at 10, Eze on the right, Watmore on the left, and then Langstaff up top. I think Saturday they played really well, so I wouldn't change it at all.
Okay.
Potentially, if something wrong happens, then maybe change it. But at the moment, I think we're playing good stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you said they played well. That was echoed a lot throughout the comments. The Millwall Monk, thank you for this, said, excellent performance, but you are screaming out for centre midfield to replace Fleming. Honeyman is good at everything except scoring.
Yeah.
But it's still a good point. Scott says, how do we not win there? And we've already talked about James's comment already. Then what about this Fleming one then? Because he's gone to Burnley and is doing all right there. But God, I just think if he was in this side, he'd be loving some of this new style of play, wouldn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a big miss for us. He was our top goal scorer last year with seven goals. Got a few assists as well. It is a massive player to miss for us. We can see where people are coming from. I just think that we haven't got that goal scoring attacking midfielder at the moment. I think that's why people are calling Eze to go in that 10, because I think he can score. He's obviously scored a few goals this season so far. Honeyman hasn't really got off the mark yet. So I can see what people mean. I just think with the pressing and how we're playing as a unit together at the moment, I just think leave it the same. I don't think Harris will change it. I just think he's found a way to play and it's working for us now. So I think he'll stick to it. Maybe until someone gets injured or either Honeyman gets booked or he has a few games off for suspension. I don't think he'll change it. But I'd like to see Eze in the 10. Probably, yeah. So I understand what people mean.
All right. 2 points drop, says Dan. It's coming home, says we keep looking really good, but at the end of the day, it's one win this season. We forget that, don't we, Callum? One win. Eventually, we're going to have to start converting the form into points. We can't keep missing these huge chances. No other team misses that Honeyman chance. I love him, but that's the difference at this level. And finally, we played well the first half. Really should have got the winner. Got to be a horrendous next few days for Honeyman, and he was seriously kicking himself for that. That was honestly bad, miss. Can't believe he didn't finish that. Yeah. For all the plaudits that we keep giving your side each week, and we do, I don't think you've played badly in any game so far. It really is only Sheffield Wednesday you've beaten, and look how bad they've been.
Yeah, like all the 6 games we've played, we're getting better and better, and that's just a frustration really. We've been playing really, really well. Just some of the players have just been getting really better and better each game, and it's just frustrating. We don't have that cutting edge up front that can score us goals. Obviously, at the moment, Watmore's obviously scored 5 goals this season. Obviously, second highest scorer in the league. But again, like last season, we probably relied on Fleming a bit too much goals wise, with Bradshaw getting a few and Watmore getting a few as well. But I think we need a few players to chip in with goals, and obviously the defenders as well need to chip in. I think it's a whole team. I think that's what we're lacking. Lacking players, different players that can score. But no, like, let's be positive. We've only 1-1, but I can see a team that's playing out there that are playing really good football. Yes, we don't have them much of possession of games, but we're getting the chances, and we just need to stick the chances in, and then we'll be getting points. But that's just really the frustration. Playing good football, it's just about that cutting edge and getting goals, really. That goals win your games at the end of the day.
Okay. Somebody else pointed out that the teams you've played have been very average sides. I think all 6 teams you've played so far, you could argue, aren't going to be doing very much this season. You haven't played any of the... I don't think you played any of the relegated Premier League sides yet. I don't think you played any of the teams that are going to be up for promotion, such as Leeds and Middlesbrough. So do you have one eye on the calibre of sides you've played and think 3 points? Oh, sorry, well, you've got more than 3 points, but one win from that is concerning, or do you not look at it that way?
No, I'm not concerned. It's just frustration that we haven't got more points than we should have. Like, we've played really good stuff, and we just haven't finished off our chances in games. But obviously, when you come up against the big boys of the league, then you'd probably say last year we did okay against the big teams. Obviously, we didn't have the greatest of seasons last year, but we did okay against the big boys. But again, I just think I'm not concerned at the moment, because we're playing really good stuff, and all the fans can see it. We're playing really good stuff, so I wouldn't be concerned. Just the fact that we are getting, like, our XG is like really good so far this season. I think it's like about in the 10s, 9-10s XG wise. So with the stats that we've been showing in games, I think it's been really positive. It's just getting the players to score the goals that we need to win games. I think that's the all important thing. So,
all right. We are the official Macaulay Langstaff flag wavers in this channel as well. We'll certainly am anyway. He had a good game, didn't he?
Yeah, he played really, really well. We were talking about him last week, weren't we? And he got his chance. He didn't play. Obviously, he missed that chance against Luton. Which was obviously a great save by Kaminsky. Watching it back, but yeah, no, he played phenomenally well against QPR, and that obviously got an assist for Watmore against on Saturday. And it was I thought he played really well. Obviously, passing the ball to the forwards, linking up play really well. So a really positive start. Hopefully, this is just the start of him putting in really good performances in the future.
Absolutely. Okay, let's ask you before we let you go to review the right-back situation then. We've done goalkeepers, we've done central defenders, we did left-backs last week. Now we are finishing off with right-backs. So, on paper, Callum, transfermarket.com has you with 5. I know that many of these won't possibly play in these as a right-back position, but when everyone's fit, who's your best right-back?
Ryan Leonard, without a shadow of a doubt. I was obviously, when we spoke about last week, talking about right backs. Just Ryan Leonard is so good. I think This might be a big statement to make on here, but I think he's by far one of the best 1v1 defenders in the league. He's so good. I mean, I think one of the times, I think it was this season, I can't remember what game, but he was at home and he made a really big run back. I can't remember what game it was. I think it was the Watford game. And I think one of their wingers was in and he made a really, really good tackle to put the ball out of play. But he's so good, Mark. Like, he's ridiculous, honestly. But I think Danny McNamara is obviously our backup now. He was obviously playing at left back last season. But obviously, to get that balance, Joe Bryan's been starting most games. So we've got decent depth in right back now. So, yeah.
Okay. We've now finished then the whole defensive line. So, you know what I'm going to ask you now. Give me a grade. Give me a grading. Forget your results. Forget your fixtures so far. Give me a grading now that we've closed the window and you've managed to see a few of your new players. Out of 10, how good are Millwall defensively as a squad?
Ooh, I'd say it's 7.5, because we haven't. Obviously, this season, that might be quite high because we've had quite high scoring games this season. But as you can see, we've had 2 clean sheets this season, 2 in a row. I think Tanganga's a massive part to play in that. Obviously, Cooper was back, thankfully, on Saturday against QPR. But yeah, Tanganga, he's a massive part to play in that. If Tanganga's out, either injured or suspended, I think it's a different story. I think that would go down to about 5 or 4. Okay. Because he's massive. If he doesn't play, then I think it'll be quite a bit iffy at the back, if that makes sense. So I think a 7, solid 7, without Tanganga, probably go down to about 5.
Okay. And finally, then we're coming into October, which is the month where managers lose their jobs, where owners get a bit jittery and want their right people in place for the Christmas run. How safe is Neil Harris's job, Callum?
Oh, up there, probably about a 9, 8 or 9. I think just the balance that we've got going at the moment is brilliant. We just need that cutting edge up front. Really like what we've been doing recently on the pitch. Very, very promising for the future for this season. Obviously, his contract is ending at the end of the season. So whether he stays, whether he leaves, I'm not so sure yet. But I'd say a solid 9. Sorry, I think he's set.
Would it surprise you that when we spoke to the Cardiff fans earlier, in relation to who they were looking at for their next manager, that Neil Harris's name was in that list?
Right. Okay. Really? Was it really? Okay. That's fair enough. Well, he's been there before, but I don't think. Well, it depends. If they they want to pay the compensation fee for him, then potentially that the club might think about it. But I think he's Mill through and through. I don't think he'll leave now. I just think he's the right man for the job at this moment in time. I don't think any other manager would do as well as what he's doing right now.
Right, fair enough. I don't think Vincent Tan is going to pay any kind of money whatsoever.
No, me neither.
Yes, to be honest.
Me neither. I think they're in a relegation battle, aren't they, this year? So they might go elsewhere.
Yeah, I think you're pretty safe there. All right, thank you very much, Callum. Thank you for joining us. And I say it's the quickest review of all things Millwall on the internet. Thank you so much, Callum. We'll see you next week. Yeah, we'll review the next game. Cheers.
Cheers.